Right, well it's time for a bit of a refit for my Necromunda gang. Now, not top to bottom, just a couple of things that need tweaking. Now, after scenario 1, my gang was allowed an extra Juve and an extra ganger for scenario 2. Now, the less said about how scenario 2 turned out, the better. That's why Deadeye Dave, the gang leader, is here himself. He needs a hand with something. You'll see why in a minute. But yes, so I thought I'd take this opportunity now that I've built these. I built these two for scenario 2. In fact, the new ganger proved very worthwhile and probably my MVP in a somewhat losing battle. But I thought I'd take this opportunity to show you how I paint my Orlocks stuff. Step 1, a quick prime. After which there'll be a bit of dry brushing to bring out some texture before applying the next few colours. Watch this space. And here we have the next stage. There's been a heavy-ish dry brush of Eshin Grey on most of the black. We'll get in focus, there you go. And on the boots and leather bits hanging off the back, there's been a heavy dry brush of a lighter shade of grey, Mechanica Standard Grey, with a touch of white chucked in. So, and that will come into its own in a minute. But there we go, that's that so far. The areas that are going to remain black, in inverted commas, like the little jacket, the trousers and so on, will get a wash of some black wash, and but then the rest of the colours will come on as they do, and I'll show you that shortly. And here's the next stage. The metal on guns and buckles and things has been done using lead belcher from Games Workshop. The leathers on the belt and the straps around the hands and things have been done with flat brown from Vallejo. And the heavier dry brushing on the boots to bring out the texture of the boots has been washed over with some Gore-Grunter Fur contrast paint. At least I think it's Gore-Grunter Fur. Yep, Gore-Grunter Fur. So yeah, that's this stage. Next stage will be to use some Vallejo Prussian blue on the shirts. And here's the next stage of proceedings. Vallejo's Prussian blue on the shirt, and flesh where it's relevant, and on the back, let me put that one down. On the back I've done a little touch of Wraithbone, over which I'm going to paint yellow and black for the hazard stripes like I've got on other members of the gang. It'll make sense when it's all done. But, seeing as the other two Jews in the gang, I've got, one's got green hair and one's got bright pink hair, I thought this guy could have white hair. Right, so what's next? What's next is brown wash over the relevant areas like flesh and belts and things, and a dark black wash over the jacket, plus obviously the hazard stripes, and last of all the base. Nearly there. And there we go, a few more bits and pieces done, just a few finishing touches coming up. Let's take this one as a quick look. Black washes have been put on the jacket and the metal areas, brown washes on the flesh and brown areas. Oh, and I've actually done the base in metal there, dry brushed that in metal. Well, the hazard stripes done on the back of the jacket. Oh, come on, focus, Daniel, focus, that's better. And ditto with this chap here. So basically, yeah, just washes and what have you, and I've done his red bandana. So now all that's left to be done is touching up the black base rim and putting a little bit of hazard stripe, Necromunda style, on the patch on the base that I've painted with Wraithbone there and there. And then that'll be them done, ready to join the fun. And here they both are, all done. Not a lot further on than that previous clip, but a bit of washes and a bit of rust and stuff applied to the base, and a little hazard stripe, Necromunda style, and a couple of finishing touches where some paint is smudged onto adjacent areas. Same with this chap here. you go. Now, a new Ganger and Juve aren't the only changes I've had to make. This is a painting and modelling video. I'll leave you with some information about scenario 3 and what happened as a consequence of what happened scenario 2 in another video. But I've had to make changes to my leader. Deadeye Dave is still the leader. Can't focus down, but this is definitely his best side at the moment. Consequence of his failure in scenario 2 is he's now devoid of a hand. More like Captain Hook than Deadeye Dave. But that's what this game's all about. A bit of character. Bloody hell, focus, come on. There we are. I'll leave you with some shots of the gang as a whole, and there'll be more videos about my Necromunda campaign progress coming soon.